can. We have the pension law, which is purely a pension law, but it focuses on, it reflects the 9 years of service so far of the KPC, nothing more, nothing less. I think if you were to view it in those terms within Kosovo, then you would not consider it to be ungenerous as a pension law. But it is part of a broader context, and of course I have mentioned the resettlement program, which I think is absolutely fundamental. I think if a KPC member is able to properly embrace this resettlement program, entering into it in a positive spirit, aiming to get the very best out of it, then we have every reason to be confident that he will, or she will, and that they will be able to move forward with dignity into the next phase of their life.
Right. The government, and to be more specific, the Assembly Committee for Security and Internal Affairs also proposed, and they are studying some more ideas what to do with those people which are not going to become members of this new security force. They mentioned the educational system, they mentioned some of the ministries. Are these good ideas? Are these serious ideas to deal and treat those people with dignity?
Well, I'm aware that the government are very keen, as I've said, to ensure that KPC members are looked after properly, and the best way of securing this, of course, is to make sure that they are able to move into employment. So I am aware that the government are looking at a range of options, which might include the border police, which you mentioned earlier, for example,
right.
And would include a number of other areas within the public service where they may be able to offer KPC personnel employment. So there is active work going on at the moment within the government to see what opportunities may exist. And of course, the KPC does not dissolve until the middle of next year.
Right.
So there is still some time here. And it's the appropriate time now, as the KPC move into what we might call a resettlement phase, for the government and all of the other stakeholders to look at what opportunities there might be and to ensure that these are properly coordinated with the APAPACA resettlement programme, to ensure that each and every KPC member has the right opportunity as they move forward.
When you mentioned the June 2009, right, as a time when the KPC was going to be totally dissolved, is that enough time to deal with each and every member? Because clearly you're not going to make happy everyone.
The resettlement programme is envisaged to last for a period of 3 years. So we actually have a long period ahead of us where we have the very important services of APAPACA and UNDP available to us, who will be running this resettlement programme. And from June next year, every KPC member who doesn't join the KSF will have severance payments made to him, equivalent of 12 months of salary, so for a year beyond June of next year. So that buys us some time as well. Effectively, we will start with APAPACA looking at this resettlement programme from the beginning of January next year. So we have a window of some 18 months available to us.
After June 2009?
From the beginning of next year, 18 months, so a year
right.
from June.
Right.
During which we know KPC members are continuing to be paid the equivalent of their salary. Indeed, some of them, from June of next year, may also be getting their pension.
So it's going to be both a salary, although they are not members of anything, KPC or KSF, and also the pension if they fulfill conditions.
The salary, which becomes a severance payment in June of next year,
right.
the equivalent of a salary, that's true. And for those who are eligible at that point, they will also receive their pension. And they will receive the full support of the resettlement programme, which includes, for example, business assistance, so assistance, financial assistance in setting up small businesses, which they might want to do individually or as part of a team. It includes the option for employer subsidies, where employers can be given help and assistance in taking on KPC members, so we can actually get that process moving. There are a range of opportunities within this programme, which is an expensive programme funded by NATO, to ensure that we find some way of helping each individual KPC member.
I would like to know your personal view about KPC so far in general, although I know you're not for a very long time here, but these people have been seen by the Kosovo population as the most successful people in the country. There are many polls which have been organized all these years after the war, and almost all the time KPC was seen as the most successful institution. What is your personal point of view about that? Are they the most successful?
Well, I am privileged to be doing the job that I am doing, without any doubt. And this is a job which the British Army have held for a number of years. And of course, I have had the advantage of being able to talk to my predecessors. So I have no difficulty at all with the